All right, everyone, a quick look at Turbo here. So, Turbo had a nice little run out of our pattern here. We've been looking at the possibility of this wedge pull flag pattern repeating history here, which it did, as we can see off of that move. Now, we are down back below our level here at 006, and that puts in play as long as you're below that level the 0047 price target here, and you're looking to still drop as long as you're below that first line there, 14% here. So let me go ahead and turn this one back to being red for resistance here on Turbo. And the one other thing to notice off of the chart here is the double top with the lower high here. Even though we had that little run, didn't quite make it back up to that 1272 here at 87. And ultimately, what I would say about Turbo here is if you come down here and you hold 4.7 and you bounce, you may push back through 6.0 and then come up to that 8.7. But the market structure on the macro picture here that has formed, as we know, is this here, which is not bullish, at least short term here. So we need to break back above 6.0, and then we need to get up here to this 1272 and finally break over that 8.7 to have a shot at that $1.5 billion market cap here. Now, one thing you got to realize here, I know we are bullish on Turbo. A lot of you guys are very bullish on Turbo, and I'm not saying anything bad about it. Of course, I never do that here on the channel, but I will point out that look over here on the side that for the year you're already up 4,800%. So you've already gotten pretty much a 50x just for this year from January here to this new high out of this thing. And from the bottom here last October, September, October, you've already gotten over I believe it's 150x out of Turbo up to this level here. So hopefully you guys are taking some profits and not getting stuck in the mindset that the bull run's still here and this thing's going to continue to go up, which it could very well do. It could very well, be in the beginning stages of what it is going to accomplish here. If this is going to be 1,000x coin, then of course 150x is nothing. That's a drop in the bucket here. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. But ultimately, watch these levels here. 4.7 is your price to watch. And I would say personally, as long as we're over 003, as long as we do not drop back down below our previous high here and come down to these lower retracement levels, which would be the 0013, and that would be a pretty nasty drop there. As long as we hold over, there's a good chance that we're going to hit these multi-billion-dollar market cap price targets here. Now, one could argue even that the price, we've pointed this out in the past on other cryptocurrencies here, is we blew right through the 786 here at 0013, and of course that previous high, we back tested that high. But also notice on the chart, you do have this gap here on this very large candle. So the price could very well come back down off of this lower high here, break down below all our targets here, drop about 45% back down to 003, take that out, and then come down here to back test the 786 and drop 75% down to 0013, fill the gap, and then that's the point to where we finally go right back up, and maybe that point is where we come back up to hit that billion-dollar market cap, and then it's all over. So that is a possibility. I want you guys to be aware of that. So it all depends on the support levels here. If we take out the support levels and we end up dropping to these lower levels, we'll just take those prices as they come. So you can see that if it does drop back down here and then it does finally go to that billion-dollar market cap, that is going to give you your 10 to 11x out of Turbo for the rest of the cycle here. On top of that, like I already said, those massive gains that Turbo has already created here. So just wanted to point that out. Not fudding Turbo at all. Just want you guys to be aware of every scenario here. And you guys know this that watch the channel. I try to be as honest and as accurate as I can here and show you guys what could potentially play out. Now, as long as we hold here, if we hold over 4.7, we're just going to go from today and we still hit that $1 billion market cap up to a penny and a half, then that's about a 2x on your investment, almost a 3x up to that 1 billion. And then we have that $2.2 billion market cap at 3 pennies. And that's where you get over a little over about a 5.5x. And then people calling for the 5 billion market cap, that's going to take you up to 8 pennies on Turbo. And from today, that is going to get you another 14.5, 15x on your investment from today. Of course, that will change depending on how low the price goes down here. So like I said, the only thing concerning me right now is the double top with the lower high here and that market structure that's forming. So it's all going to depend on your support down here. 4.7 is the big price to watch right now on Turbo. Any lower than that, it's going to come back down to the previous high. And at that point, you run the risk of coming to fill the gap and coming down to the 786 and the low to the high. 382 is also down here. Or no, the 0.5 is down there. Let me go ahead and pull this up so we can be correct on that. I believe the 382 was at the previous high. So if we just roughly do this from the low to the high. Oh yeah, it is the 382. Okay, so we were correct. So you could technically macro wise come down to that 382, that 786 and still be considered macro bullish with the higher highs and higher lows here. So that is a high probability that that could very well happen, just so you guys are aware. With all that being said, hopefully that made sense. You're down 25% on the week. We'll see if support holds. None of this is financial advice. Thanks for watching. Good luck, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.